Guys, today I have an urgent video because I am taking action right now and I see one major mistake being made by a lot of traders in the market right now, and I need to tell you about this so that you do not get wrecked. And also I will reveal my next major move I am going to be making. So if you've been enjoying the profits we've been making on the channel recently by getting out of the long positions as we've been approaching the edge of the orange box here, as we've been buying off of the bold orange line here, riding that long position up. If you've been enjoying the gains all of the bots have been making here, creeping up towards 100%, if you've been enjoying the directional trades we've been making, they are not very often, but when we make them, they are at big profit. Well, then you will like my next major move I will be making in the market, guys. So make sure to stick around. I will explain everything in this video. Watch it from the beginning until the end. So welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. And what a wild couple of days it's been here for Bitcoin. And the first thing I want to do is I want you to give yourself a pat on the back, because we've been surviving as crypto investors. We've been surviving so many things. FTX collapsing, Celsius, now Binance. It's just a wild west out there, and still we are strong. We are making profit in the midst of all of this. So let's go back a little bit and look at what's been happening here for Bitcoin. Well, the first thing is you can see that we're pumping hard, and the question is, where is this move going to stop? Well, I am going to explain that, but if you've been following my channel, you probably already know about this. So first, a pat on the back, guys, because we were talking about, well, the first thing is, of course, we were talking about adding a massive buy down here at 20K. We rode that one up, and as always on this channel, I am transparent with what I'm doing. So a lot of people got in here at $20,000. Big pat on the back to you. And that profit was actually riding all the way up here, because I was also saying that I think that we're gonna, even though this is big resistance, I do think we're gonna have a final big push towards the edge of the orange box here. And at this point, we're gonna stop and we're gonna take profit. And what happened? We had that ride, and this was phenomenal, 400%, $16,000 in profit. Now, a lot of people were getting very greedy here, getting into long positions. And I said, hey, my go-to case is that we're gonna consolidate like this, and we are more likely to hit the $26,000 orange bold line and the $24,370 orange box down here. So it's more likely for us to hit any of these levels than to break through this orange box. And this is also why we went into a long position right here. As you know, I went into a long position. If you shorted from the edge of the orange box, that's fantastic. Also, another big win for you. But getting in at that long position I showed you yesterday on Bybit, as you know, I was getting into this and I said I will be taking profit at the next bounce. And I actually took profit right at this swing high here. So I could have held that a little bit longer. I didn't want to push it. Still, it was a massive profit. So yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. We continue as sideways movement is happening here, because if we zoom out, this is sideways movement. As the sideways movement is happening here for Bitcoin, we're making these directional trades. And this was, I mean, this big dump here, it was disgusting seeing some of the people talking about this and urging people to short at the bottom, because this is a big mistake I'm seeing right now for a lot of cryptocurrency investors. A lot of people are, of course, hurt. A lot of people are, you know, they've been hurt during this bear market. But when you have people, like when this happened, I said, look, Binance and CZ are being sued by the CFTC, yes, but people are going nuts about this Binance lawsuit. Just like I said in my video yesterday, I said, I think that they are going to pay a fine and they're going to make some promises, and then we're going to get on with life. So I think this whole Binance thing is a little bit overblown. Now, if you go through my video yesterday, we have different opinions on that. We have other content creators saying that this is a huge deal. But for me, I do think that they're going to pay a fine. They're going to try to adhere to whatever they need to do, and we're going to get on. But we will see, guys. We will see about that. But I didn't think there was reason for us to panic at this point when you saw that Binance lawsuit come out. Now, of course, what we also talked about is that the whales already knew about this, because we had the warning. This is 2 days ago, up to 3 days ago. We know that the whales were taking massive action here, closing their long positions, and then boom, we had that lawsuit come out. So we had these indications already, but the big mistake that people are making in the market is looking at people like, and these are adding fuel to the fire. So when you see the Bitcoin price go down, you have people like this guy saying, adding to my shorts, posting charts like this, saying that, yes, we're going to have this big red candle go down to 20K. And this guy has been short from $15,000. I mean, it seems like he has an infinite bucket of money because he should have been completely liquidated at this point. Or maybe he's just a LARPer. Maybe he's just talking about stuff, not actually trading, because at this point, he would have lost all of his money. Meanwhile, what have we been doing? Well, let's talk a bit about the bots. Of course, this is something a lot of you guys have been getting into. Now, the bots took a little bit of a hit yesterday. But just like I explained yesterday, the whole purpose of these bots, guys, are to, when Bitcoin go down, the purpose of this is to buy these positions as we're going down. So of course, when you are in the middle of a free fall, the bots are gonna, they're gonna hold positions that are unprofitable, but they are counting on that bounce coming. And the Bitcoin price going down in a straight line, almost like you did right here, on these 4-hourly candles, these are not optimal conditions for the bots, which we have already been talking about at length. But usually you do see that bounce eventually. And this is what happened. You did see that bounce, and now the bot is at massive profit. This is why I'm not closing the bots, even though you're going down temporarily, because this is the whole purpose of the bot. To buy those positions as we're going down, hold them at a slight loss, and then take profit at the bounce. So you're seeing my initial bots here going up 60% on this one, 90%. Hey guys, do you think that we can get 100% in gains on this before the end of the month? Let me know down in the comment section. And they've been on, this one has been on for actually less than 15 days. So that just puts things into perspective, because this has also been open for less than, let's see here, it was open at the 20th. So it's been open for 9 days, less than 10 days. It's up at 26%. And meanwhile, mind you, Bitcoin has been going sideways and down. So if you've been holding Bitcoin, you're at a slight loss from when we opened this bot. And if you've been holding dollars, you're at a slight loss because of inflation. So inflation is eating up your purchasing power of your dollars. Meanwhile, we are winning here consistently, which brings me to the next big thing, because I understand that one major thing right here, a lot of people are getting, anxious about the bot buying positions and seeing, the unrealized loss in the bot until we see that bounce. This is why I am taking action right now, and I am going to add, I think that this is close to the ultimate bot, but I will be adding a bot that is a little bit more proactive, trying to not hold those positions for long. So I will program that bot later on today. I will share it with you probably tomorrow or the day after, guys. So make sure to subscribe and activate the bell. If you missed out on the first bots right here we added, if you missed out on the second bot we added, well, then you can still get into the third bot. I mean, you can still get into these ones as well. I still think that this is close to, this is a very good bot, but just for the purpose of not holding positions for too long, the third bot I will be showing you here in the next few days is going to try to adjust to that, to not hold position for too long, so you don't have to see your unrealized losses go down too much. So I'm just going to give you that heads up, guys. I am going to be announcing that. And also, for the people who cannot use OKX for some reason, I will be, I'm looking at different solutions right now. So even if you're not able to use OKX, make sure to subscribe, activate the bell. I will get an update on that soon-ish also. So make sure to subscribe, activate the bell, be ready for when that happens. As for me, what do I believe? Well, I believe the same thing as I've been saying here for the ever since we broke through this bold orange line. I've been saying, yes, big push, but then stop here at the edge of the orange box. And I still think, even though we've had consolidation, and the longer we have consolidation, guys, the more likely we are to eventually break through this level. But I still think that this is going to be at the rejection point at the edge of the orange box. Now, you already know I don't like talking about shorting, guys, even though I am shorting myself, but I don't like talking about shorting, but I'm just going to say I do think that we're not going to break through this easily, even though we have had the first pullback here where we got into that trade, taking profit on that trade. Of course, the longer we go here, the more likely we are to break through this eventually, just like I said. But I do not think we are ready for it yet. And even if we see a push into this orange box, I would gladly give up the gains right here. The few percentage points you can get by going up here and just wait for us. And this is something you already know about. You've been following my channel. Wait for us to break through this, consolidate above this level, make this red line support, and then we can talk about getting into positions. Until then, go-to case is still, even if we go up here, boom, rejection, potentially again down to 26,400. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. We are making insane profits still on the up and downwards movements. So potentially going down to 26,000 bold orange line here, and then either another bounce like we see right here. Okay, so we can get into a position here. Potentially, we could also see a shorter bounce, but then come down here to 24,500. And at that point, I'm going to be loading up a lot because I see an opportunity right now in the market. And on the balance of probabilities, guys, which one is more likely? I would say the first scenario is more likely. Going down here to the bold orange line and then up to 28,600. Now, this is not for certain. What could also happen, and I'm giving you different scenarios here. What could also happen is a rejection of this level and then consolidation like this, but we do not reach the bold orange line because we already had the chance to get in here. If you didn't take this chance, well, then that's the reality. But you know, this is also something we could see, that we could consolidate right under this resistance until we finally break through this eventually. So I'm not counting on us going down to this, but if we come down to this, that's an opportunity for me. Should we come down to 24,500, also an opportunity. Either way, the bots will be making profit trading that volatility, which is absolutely fine. I don't mind that at all. But I'm just going to say that I am going to take action. If we come down to the orange box, big action. If we come down to the bold orange line, a little bit of a smaller action, kind of like you saw with the trade yesterday on Bybit, right? I showed you that trade where I got into the orange bold line right here and took profit at a higher level. So that's absolutely fine. That is my strategy, guys. And I am going to also reveal that bot in the next few days, which is optimized for not holding positions as opposed to this current bot. Now, if you want to get into the current bot, as I said, I still think that this is a very strong bot. It's just different ways to look at it. Well, you need an OKX account first. So go down to the description of this video. You can get an OKX account using this link right here, time limited offer of up to $50,000 in limited bonuses. So you need this one, and then you can either watch this video right here at the top of the description where I go into everything you need to know about this bot. This is actually the video I created just as I was creating that bot and as I got into that bot. And since this video, as you saw, we're almost up 30%. But if you want to get the exact settings for the bot, you can click on this link down here in the description. First, get an OKX account, and then when you have that OKX account, you can claim the bonuses, and then you can click on this link to get the exact settings for this particular bot here. Now, on to some news. The Fed's balance sheet is down $1 trillion in unrealized losses. So this is interesting to see. Are they going to print out this deficit? Well, we will see about that, guys, but the Fed themselves are at unrealized losses, which is absolutely insane. What else do we have? We have Sam Bankman-Fried have been actually filed with a new lawsuit because apparently when Alameda Research went down and FTX went down, he was actually bribing Chinese officials because they had frozen some of his money. He was bribing them to try to get access to that money. So he is going into jail, guys. He is absolutely wrecked. How can you go from the poster child of crypto to the biggest villain and sentenced basically to life, which I think maybe not to life, but he's gonna get a very long penalty in jail, I believe, or in prison. So it's absolutely insane, the downfall of Sam Bankman-Fried here. Absolutely insane. Also, President Biden says that the banking crisis is not over yet. So does that mean that more banks collapsing will mean more money printing? And then the most important thing, and this is why I am still very bullish right here for crypto, even in the short term, I think that April is gonna surprise people because the inflation numbers for March are gonna come out and we are going to see probably inflation be better than expected. So this is my go-to case for April. So we will see if that comes true or not. Until that, we do have this big resistance on the daily time frame. So we are approaching this one right now. This also strengthens my thesis that we're not gonna break through the orange box easily here because we still have this resistance. Long term, everything is still fine. Broken through this RSI level right here, this triangle which we've been talking about. The trend shift has already happened, guys. Make sure to watch my video from 1 day ago because a lot of people are missing the major Bitcoin trend shift, which has already happened. And this is the most important thing for the long-term profits of being in this market right now. Traditional markets also going up in anticipation for those inflation numbers coming out and potentially banks collapsing, meaning more money printing. So guys, that's what I got for you. I hope that you enjoyed today's video and I will see you in the next one.